World AIDS Day 2020 was commemorated on Tuesday, December 1. The Regional Health Service of Region 6 held a virtual program to mark the occasion. More details from Ronetta Court.
The Region 6 Regional Health Service, yesterday, December 1st, held a virtual program in commemoration of World AIDS Day 2020. Regional Health Officer Dr. Vishalia Sharma, during her address, highlighted the aim for the day's program.
The aim for today is to raise awareness as it relates to HIV and, of course, to recommit our fight to HIV. A is also designed to unite all the key players, be it regionally, nationally, or internationally, in the fight against HIV. In 2020, the observances is even more important as we're also dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, which makes our patient population vulnerable. And increased emphasis should be placed as well on their overall health.
Dr. Ryan Campbell, doctor in charge of the Skeldon Hospital, then gave an update on HIV within the Caribbean region.
The Caribbean has a reduction of 29% from 2010 to 2019, down from an estimate 18,000 new cases to 13,000 cases per year. The HIV epidemic in the region disproportionately affects certain subpopulations known as key populations, including MSM, gay men, men who have sex with men, transgender women, and female sex workers. In Latin America, these three key populations account for approximately half of the new infections in 2019 and 37% in the Caribbean. In 2019, an estimated 3.7 million people with HIV in the Americas, 2.1 million in Latin America, and 330,000 in the Caribbean.
In Guyana, 8,700 persons are living with HIV. Adults and persons 15 years and over amount for 8,300, whereas children ages 0 to 14 living with HIV are less than 500.
In Latin America, the number of people dying of AIDS-related death have decreased from 41,000 in 2010 to 37,000 in 2019, while the Caribbean decreased from 11,000 to 6,900 in the same period. It is estimated that 23% of people with HIV in Latin America and the Caribbean are unaware of their infection, and approximately one-third are diagnosed late with advanced immunodeficiency or a CD4 count of under 200. Approximately 1.3 million people living with HIV were receiving antiretroviral treatment in Latin America and 210,000 in the Caribbean by the end of 2019, accounting for 60% are coverage among all persons estimated to be living with HIV in Latin America and 63% in the Caribbean.
During his remarks, Regional Chairman of Region 6, Mr. David Armagon, noted that it is essential for persons to desist discrimination and hate towards persons living with HIV and AIDS.
We have to ensure that our people understand that AIDS and HIV people, there are still people around who are living with that, and so we have to treat them too with a great degree of respect and understanding, and make sure that we don't discriminate against people, or we don't, look at people in a bad way that may have been suffering from this disease. We will continue to do all that we can to make sure that our people are safe and to make sure that we don't have ever again a spread of HIV and AIDS that we have had in the past.
Dr. Leslie Ramsamy, advisor to the Minister of Health, in his feature address, made these remarks.
Guyana had played a role in bringing us to that consciousness that we can end AIDS in 2030. When we introduced the National Testing Day, which became a national testing week, Guyana achieved targets that people said were impossible. For that reason, I want us to reclaim our place on that global platform. That not only will Guyana achieve our goal of 1990 and the end of HIV and AIDS in Guyana, but that we will play a role on the global stage to achieve that goal.
Although Guyana has achieved its goal of knowing 90% of persons living with HIV, Dr. Ramsamy noted that more is still to be accomplished.
Even though we have reached that target, we shouldn't settle for reaching and surpassing the target. We should ensure that every Guyanese that is infected can know his or her status. Because if they know, we can put them on treatment.
He also mentioned,
I ask you today for us to recommit ourselves. And I'm not just asking Guyana, I'm asking my sisters and brothers in Region 6. Take leadership. Let's be proud warriors against HIV and AIDS. Let's end HIV/AIDS sooner than later.
At the end of the program, candles were lit in remembrance of persons who lost their lives to AIDS, as Dr. Ramsamy charged leaders to commit to the fight against HIV and AIDS.
I want to make a commitment. We can never promise anyone that they will live forever. But we can promise people that they will not die of AIDS. Remembering those who have passed, let us commit to those who are still with us and promise them, you will not die of AIDS. That's our 2020 commitment.
World AIDS Day 2020 was observed under the theme Global Solidarity, Shared Responsibility. Reporting for Channel 8 News, Renetta Kurt.